Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to our class, that is e-business. Today we are going to complete our first unit. What are the topics are left? We'll complete it today one by one. So the first one is here. It talks about the types of e-business models and markets. As we know, what are the models of e-commerce? That is B2B, business to business, business to consumer, consumer to business, consumer to consumer, e-business to government. That means business to consumer, government, and government to business. Already we have learned that, and once again, just for your brief, that means for the recapitalization of the technique terms, I am just using this picture. Just have a look on the screen. You will get what do you mean by B2B, business to consumer, business to business, consumer to consumer, m-commerce, f-commerce, all these things are there. Now, what do you mean by business to business? Once again, we will learn with this topic. Business to business is a transaction between one business to another business, such as a wholesaler and a retailer. Both are business people, they are running the business. But business to business transactions tend to happen in the supply chain, where one company will purchase raw materials from another to be used in the manufacturing routes or manufacturing process. Now, here is a picture. Have a look in this, where you will come to know that how does it work and what is the main procedure of it. If you see the picture, there is a business organization is there on the top, and here he is a supplier to the wholesaler, and this is the website we are having from where we can get order or processing or purchasing or selling or reselling on the top. Now, if you see here, the wholesaler is selling the goods to the consumer and the customer, and this is a picture. That means the consumer is interacting. That means from business to consumer, the business is selling the goods to the wholesaler. The wholesaler is giving the order to the website or processing, then it is going to the customer's account. Now, if you see consumer, that means C2C business. A solid example of customer to consumer transactions would be the classified selections of the newspaper or an auction. The most prominent example of C2C include eBay, an online audit site, Amazon, which acts as a both B2B and a C2C marketplace. eBay has been successful since launch in 1995, and it has also been a C2C. One more example for our current scenario, I can say that OLX. So nowadays, people are purchasing and selling the goods which are first hand or second hand with this consumer structure. That means one person is purchasing goods from another purchase, like eBay selling, e-business, what it may be. Here is a picture where you can able to understand that from one system to another person. One person is selling his goods and another person is purchasing the goods with the help of a cash, Ecash. So this is the term, the process is known as consumer to consumer or customer to customer. One more picture is there where you can able to understand knowledge sharing platform, where urban knowledge consumer is there and urban knowledge consumer. He is the first customer, he is the second customer, and he is the purchaser, he is the giver. So wants to share information and knowledge, and want to receive the information and knowledge, want to share information and knowledge from his side, and want to receive the knowledge from his side. So receive the information and sharing the information is known as customer to customer business. B2C, B2G and G2C, business to government, which stands for business to government, refers to the business relationship a company can have with a government institutions, like if the government bodies for permission, and government to business to government is the model where it refers to the business selling products, services and information to the government or government agencies, where nowadays governments are giving the subsidies where the business can go online. If I show you some pictures and extra information, you can able to understand. What do you mean by G2C? These are the electronic commerce activities such as paying tax, land and vehicles registration, providing information to the public, among others performed between the government and citizens or consumers. Though these platforms, the government avails essential services to its citizens effectively or efficiently. See, the government to business, how does it affect? It affects that from business to government. Say the business people, they will pay the tax to the government, and the government is also providing some security to them. All these things are transactions are taking place by Enet. Now, if you see the picture here, this is G2B and this is the government. The government is providing the marketplace to the business people. The business people are paying the tax or some wages to the people, and here the subsidy, the government is paying the banking sector. They where the business people can get the loans, or they'll get their products they can sell to the consumer directly. Now, what is the international nature of electronic commerce? See, international nature, what is electronic commerce means it is related with that means what are the process are taking place, how the business is taking place throughout the world, it is working over here. See, these are the certain categories or types where it includes international commerce. Now, trust issue on the web. See, there should be a trust should be there on the web where the people can able to understand the terms, and language issue should be there. In which language, local language they are able to understand. In those local language, they have to mention the website, or they have to advertise it, or they have to explain it, and they have to use it. Now, culture issues. Depending on the culture of the country, or depending on the culture of the local people or local government body, they have to utilize it. Culture and government. Depending on the norms of the government of the particular country, they should have to go for it and see the culture. Infrastructure issues. Nowadays, they are seeing the infrastructure issues also. It is good or not. What are the things are there? So here, one more thing is there. So these are the terms where for the sake of e-commerce. Already we have discussed all these things. Once again, I am just reminding you guys that international nature of electronic commerce. All these are the issues, these are the points that every business people should have to keep in mind. If I want to grow our sale, if we want to keep our reputation in the market, then our infrastructure should be good so that the international market should have to want to work with us. So all these are the terms we have to focus on it. Now, what do we mean by internet? The internet is a worldwide network of computer networks that connects university, government, commercial and other computers in over 150 countries. Using the internet, you can send electronic mail, chat with colleagues from around the world, and obtain information on a wide variety of subjects. So, what is the history? ARPANET adopts TCP and IP. That means these are the terms where we learn in our upcoming slide. It means Internet Protocol, and that means Transfer Consent Protocol. On January 1st, 1989, from their research began to assemble the network of networks that became the modern internet. The online world then took on a more recognizable form in 1990 when computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web. This is the history of internet. If you see what are the uses of internet in the business, we can go for buying and selling, research competition with it, checking the customer's interest, advertising, online shopping, online services, online banking, etc. These are the uses of internet uh, banking for every business people or every business organization. If you see what are the uses of internet in the business, we will come to know one by one. As you can see on the screen, first one, it will be helpful for the customer support and service community. That means society, it is internet, it is supporting the communicating to the local peoples. There will be a research competence will be there, vendor support and communications will be there, collaborative with others will be there, gathering information will be there, cross-functional applications, marketing, what is the position of the marketing, sales, consumer service, sales products and services, availability, responsibility, durability, or guarantee, warranty, and purchase products or services, public information. Every information you can get with the help of a smart tip of your finger, that is a smartphone or the internet. So these are the users of internet. By sitting at one place under a single roof, you can get all the information of your business. Now, here one more picture is that internet architecture. How the internet in architecture is taking place. See, here is one system. We are having the network in the cloud, and it comes to the router, again network. This is the picture. This is the architecture where we are having. It is connecting with n number of customers with n number of routers and networks. Now, if you see the second picture, you can see here, see a people, a society is there where you can see four cars, a very big residential area is there, and here is an work unit is the industrial area is there. All these are interconnected with each other. So by seeing this picture, we can see that Internet is connected to the whole world of the globe, also the local level or the national level or the international level or global level. Now, we'll see here. Yeah, conventional phone. That means from home. By sitting at home, how we can do the business? That means business need LAN, local area network. We need only one internet for one system, but for a number of systems, we need LAN. Okay. Now, see, this is the conversation how the network is passing. Now, World Wide Web. What do you mean by www? www, it's the full form of www is World Wide Web. It's a system for displaying text, graphics, audio retrieval over the internet on computer. The internet in the creation of the World Wide Web and a system of links among user created pages. Internet, it includes commercial expansion, new internet application called the World Wide Web. And another one, according to big experts, they had given this definition or this meaning, we can say, World Wide Web, also known as WW or Web or W3, is the universal of network accessible information, the embodiment of human knowledge. The World Wide Web began as a network information project at CERN, where Tim Berners-Lee, now who is the founder of the World Wide Web, and he is now the director of World Wide Web Consortium. It is also known as W3C, developed a vision of the project. The main vision of this project is to connect the world. To connect the world. A person who is sitting in India can directly connect to a person who is sitting in USA. What are their business strategies or strategies, promotion, product, buying and selling, or purchasing activities can take place. Now, what is the architecture of World Wide Web? See here, if you see in the picture how a system is connected with site 1 and site 2. What are the requests they are saying? If you are connecting with the request, then it is known as the architecture is connecting. The World Wide Web is a network information system. Web architecture consists of the requirements, constraints, principles. Principles means here rules and regulations. And design choice that influence the design of the system and the behavior of the agents within the system. When followed, the large-scale effect is that of a shared information space. See here what is happening when a person want to connect with another person. There are certain principles will be there. That person should have to accept. An offer should be there and accept should be there. When these two terms are taking place simultaneously, then automatically the consideration will be accepted by both the parties, like buyer and seller. Now, here if you see what are the applications of internet, how the applications is using. Now application is using for communication. Will you agree or not? See, a person who is sitting in Punjab, he is communicating with a person or with his relatives or friend who is sitting in Tamil Nadu. So communicate, example, uh, phone with the help of WhatsApp or e-calling, that means video calling is there, and audio conferencing will be there. All these things will be there. Now, many people, with the help of internet, what they are doing? They are doing the job search is taking place, online shopping is taking place, stock market updates, traveling, transportation, research is taking place, video and audio conferencing takes place, e-commerce, e-business, e-cash, e-wallet, online payments, social networking, browsing, all these things take place. Now, we are having one term that is HTML. What do you mean by HTML? Hypertext Markup Language. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So, HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. What is the use of HTML? It is used for creating the web pages, like describing the structure of the web page, consists of a series of elements, how many elements should be there, what is the structure, how it should be look like, and what is the display content, what is the paragraph, what is the link, we are sending the link, how this linking taking place with the help of HTML only. So these are the use of HTML. So here if you see in the picture how we are creating, and if we start with the less than bracket and greater than bracket, these two, in between these we are getting all these data. Now, one more example of HTML. See how the head of the body should be there, where the title should be there, example, title and space, everything. These are the steps. Like for example, heading 1. hello. I have sent the hello. Enter your name. So I'm entering my name and I'm just giving labeling it. Type and text ID. So all these things, name 1, name 2, name 3, when I'm going for the entering, then we'll get the display. Like so we have to focus on it. Now here, packet switching. What do you mean by packet switching? Packet switching is the transfer of small pieces of data across various networks. These data chunks or packets allow for faster, more efficient data transfer. Often when a user sends a file across a network, it gets transferred in smaller data packets, not in one piece, but in many pieces. Yeah. See here, there is a picture of how the data packet takes place. From here, they are sending to the phone. This is a cell phone network convenience. How it is going and how it is coming. Okay. Now, if you see one more, see this is from one system to another system. How this packet switching it is having a connection. How this is going with the connection, the blue line, and this is with the help of another networking is there. With the help of green line and with the help of the red line. So whatever the source can be anything. With the help of the packet switching, it can go with this packet or with this packet or with this packet. But the main consideration is, or the main option for this packet switching is to transfer the data from one computer to another computer. So the process of transferring via which source of term is nothing but packet switching over here. How much faster it is taking, how much effective data transfer is taking place, how the files are going across the network. So this network is the process of the networking from one computer to another computer, or from one system to another system is nothing but it's working with the help of packet switching. Now, protocols. What do you mean by protocols? In networking nowadays, what is happening? A protocol is a standardized set of rules for formatting and processing the data. Whatever the data is formatting and processing from one system or from one company to another company, certain standard rules will be there that everyone should have to accept that. Then only it will work. Or else it won't accept, it will show ignorance. Protocols enable computers to communicate with one another. Yeah, it helps computers to communicate with another. One computer can communicate with another computer. How? For example, I am sending a mail or an email to a person who is sitting in another country or state. So, if the one system is communicating with the help of another system. So, the mail is able to identify. So, the process of sending the network, that means the networking which is taking place has in certain formats, and this format is are nothing but the protocols. With the help of protocols, the mail are able to send from one person to another person or from one computer to another computer. So this process is known as protocols over here. So there are certain types of protocols. What are those? HTTP, hypertext transfer protocols, or hypertext transfer protocols. Secure, FTP is there, file transfer protocol is there, email protocols is there, like TCP, transmission control protocol, as I was showing when the internet picture was there in our gone PPT. And IP, that means internet protocol will be there, and UDP, user datagram protocol will be there. So these are the different types of protocols where every companies are, they will use any kind of protocol for their convenience. So depending on the data, they will work on it. Now, if you see the picture here, how according to the time, how it is changing, how it is changing. See, a person who is in red color is sending a message to a blue color, hi. So, he is giving the same reply, hi, hello. Got the time, that means 3 p.m. it is taking place. And now, TCP connection request with the red system to blue system and the same connection reply. And this links, this is the link which is nothing but a protocol which is helping to communicate between two systems. Yes. IP address. What is the mean by, what do you mean by IP address? IP address is a numerical label assigned to each device connected to a computer network that uses the internet protocol for communication. See, every system, the individual system, they have their own identity. Like every person have their own identity card or a voter ID, like Aadhaar card. Like that, every systems have their own identity with the help of IP number. IP, that means internet protocol address, we used to call it as. So it has some numerical label assigned to each device connected to a computer network. That means to a computer network they will assign to that. And with the help of IP address only we can communicate. Now IP address serves two main functions. What are those? Host, host interface or network interface identification and location addressing. What it will do, it will identify the location as well as it will identify the identification. That means identification of that particular computer or the person who is utilizing and where they are utilizing from. Location, it will identify the location also. So for this I am having one small example. You can have it. So this example is helping us to identify the term, that is IPv4 address 192.168.1.2. So this in the computer language we are having the gigabytes, GB, gigabytes will be there, megabytes will be there. How we will calculate? Here you can able to understand how the 4 bytes to the 32 bits bytes. With the help of this we can go for it. All this will work in the binary functions 0 and 1. Keep in mind. Yeah. Next we'll go for the domain. What do you mean by domain? What's the use of domain? Domain names are used to identify one or more IP addresses. So what's the main duty of the domain? It will functions, it will identify n number of IP addresses. With the help of one system, they will identify n number of IP addresses. For example, the domain name Microsoft.com or education.com or .red or org, what it may be, organizations. So the domain names are using URLs to identify particular web pages. For example, in the URL, what will happen? www.pcwebpodia.com or index or .html. The domain name is web post area. How it will work? See, these are the examples like .business, biz, .org, .com, .info, .tv, .gov, .bd, .net, edu.bt, like bsc. All these things. So these are the domains. These are the domains. How they will identify the IP address. With the help of IP address, they will identify the location and the identification of the computer. Yes. Now, intranet. What do I mean intranet? An intranet is a private network that can only be accessed by authorized users. The prefix intra means internal and therefore implies an internet is designed for internal communication. See what will happen? Intranet means within the local border, within the network or within a particular place or home. See for example, our college is ISR where we use intranet here. So what is happening? We are having our own private network within our organization. And who is utilizing this? An authorized user will be there. He will utilize, or a local network will be there. So he will use the intranet within a boundary or within his network. He will supply the internet to his local peoples, and he will design for an internal communications. For example, a business may create an intranet to allow employees to share messages and files with each other. See what's happening? A businessman, what he will do? He will make one group and he will send the files or the messages within each group. For example, best example you can say nowadays a system is there. We are sending like WhatsApp is also there. We are getting the mails, messages, videos, everything. So all these things will be there. Like that, the business peoples will have one internet or intranet will be there and they will secure within that, and within that they will share the information or message or files with each other, and it won't work in other places. Now that means not work in the other places means with other systems. I want to say what are the systems are connected to that, those are going to work on it. Now an internet is a private computer network based on the communication standard of the internet. It's totally a private computer network, and it is basing on what? It is basing on the communication standards of the internet. So here you can able to identify difference between an intranet and website. Password will be protected within this internal staff and numbers will be there where it will be published to the public or customers. Everyone can utilize this. So I hope you people have understand with the help of this picture. It is showing clear picture of the difference between an intranet and a website or extranet. Now what in by extranet? It is often defined as a private network that leverages internet technology and public telecommunication system to share part of business information or operations over a secure system with suppliers, vendors, partners, customers, or other businesses. A good example of extranet network would be a SharePoint. What all the SharePoints will be there, they can able to identify. What is the use of this? Extranet is used for the public purpose. And the laws, that is the internet technology for public communications, telecommunications. And it is a bit of share will be used for business informations or operations for a secure system with suppliers, vendors, partners, customers, all other business activities from top to bottom. Yeah. If you see here the picture, you can able to identify here is a company where company have the extranet. That means an internet is taking place and individual users are there. With the help of this, they are going for the firewall, and this is going to the companies. The peoples are able to understand. The company information is going to the individual peoples who are in different places. Now, see what is the difference between an intranet and extranet. Your business is here, which is in blue color. Intranet means what are the information or the message you are giving within, or what are the network you are using within your company and organization. That is called intranet. Here, clear picture is taking place. Now, your business is interacted with other people, other public person. That means external things will take place, like supplier will supply the goods to you or the raw materials to you. So you are getting the information of the your supplier or payments to whom you have to pay via bank or e-cash, what it may be. So related with your business, what are the external things are taking place? That network is known as extranet. Here, so this is the difference between intranet and extranet. Now, public and private networks. See, sometimes what is happening, you should have to be able to understand what do you mean by public network and private network. See, a public network is a network to which anyone can connect. The people who are in the world or in the country, they can connect with each other. The best example of such network is the internet. Now, the private network is any network which access is restricted. That means they are having some restrictions will be there within a bond level. And you can connecting of a system to the internet, you get a valid register IP address. That means there will be a valid IP address, password will be there, and a recognized user will be there. He will come and he will fulfill your IP address. For example, if you want to connect with the Wi-Fi or internet, and authorized user will come and he will upload, he will identify the IP address and he will connect to it. And some restrictions will be there. Within this bond area, you will get the internet. After that, if you are passing away, you won't get the internet connection. For example, Wi-Fi is there. Wi-Fi which is using within that area limit, or some meters will be there, or within a bond of 1 kilometer or half kilometer, what it may be. To its level, you will get the internet connections. If you are going far away, if you want to utilize your data, internet data, then wherever you are going, when you are opening it, you will get the internet. But whereas coming to the intranet, you have to come within that restricted area only. You have to come to that place only. Then only you will get the internet facilities. So here is a picture where you can able to understand how the network is coming. From these are the our system is there. It is connected to the network, and this is the internet from World Wide Web. From outsider, we should have to get the user and here. But whereas directly we get the network from the access people in public. So this is the difference between the public and private networks. Now we are having one more, that is VPN, virtual private network. It extends a private network across a public network and enables users to send and receive data across shared or public network as if their computing devices were directly connected to the public network. Even though this VPN will use, that means from one computer to another computer while sending the message from public to private or private to public, this VPN network is connecting to each other computers, and this is the main work of VPN. See, VPN is a technology was developed to provide access, means helping to corporate applications and resources to remote or mobile users and to branch offices or sometimes head offices. For security, the private networks connect may be established using an encrypted layered tuning protocol, and users may be required to pass various authentication methods to gain access to the VPN. See, here it has been mentioned clearly that how the VPN will work, how it is providing and how it is accessing to the corporate people's systems from one person to another person, and what are the resources, how it is coming, what is the remote level, are mobile users, are the branch office. So it will provide the internet to them. Okay, the information not only provide information internet, but it will provide the information. That means they can send the information and they will get the information. Sending information, getting information will take place with the help of VPN network only. So it is working like a network between two customers. If I show you the picture so that you can able to understand here. Now here one, what do you mean by eCash? Okay, then we'll see what is in my eCash and e-wallet. See, eCash was a digital based system that facilitated the transfer of funds anonymously, a pioneer in cryptocurrency. It's local. Okay, its goal was to secure the privacy of individuals that use the internet for micro payments. See, eCash is a payment where you are paying the, that means the privacy of the individuals will be there on the internet, and he will pay the payment on the micro payments. But whereas coming to the e-wallet, it is a type of electronic card which is used for transaction made online through a computer or a smartphone. See the descriptions, how it will be the descriptions. E-wallet is a type of prepaid account in which a user can store his or her money for any future online transaction. An e-wallet is a protected with a password. Like we are having ATM cards. So what is this? An e-wallet is an electronic card or the made a computer smartphone. That means it is used for your maintaining the account. So there will be a password. When you want to withdraw the cash, he will ask the password to you. You have to, after tapping the card, you can get the money. Or when you want to transfer the money, or when you are paying the e-payments, the same transaction and the descriptions it will goes on. So here are the pictures of eCash and e-payments. So eCash here, how it's taking place. Here is a system, that is merchant. Here is a consumer. The consumer is ordering to the customer. Consumer buys a key cash from bank. How he is getting, the consumer is getting the from bank. See, I'll give a general example. A customer want to purchase XYZ product. So he has ordered through online, and the seller, the merchant who is selling the goods, he is also accepted the convenience of the consumer and is ready to deliver the product. But how to he will get the amount? Once the consumer should have to pay the amount, then only he can deliver. How he will deliver the amount? That is the process is known as eCash concept. Let's see how it is taking place. The consumer buys eCash from bank. The bank sends eCash bit to consumer after charging that amount plus fee. The consumer sends eCash to merchant, and merchant checks with bank that eCash is valid or not. Bank verifies the eCash is valid. Parties complete the transaction. See, the merchant present eCash to issuing back for deposit once goods and services are delivered. So what will happen? The bank is working like a middle person for the consumer and the merchant here. The customers here are purchasing the amount with the valid password. So the description is taking place. So the e-cash is valid or not, the bank will send one unique number OTP like that to the merchant. That means when the customers are want to purchase the goods, he will send the option of online purchasing to the from the merchant. The merchant have their own transactions, like means their e-card will be there, account number will be there. So we are paying via debit card or credit card or Google Pay, whatever it may be. So when we are paying that, then we are having our a valid e-cash number will be there. Then when we enter that number, it will transfer. The bank is transferring the amount from the customer to the merchant account. So this transaction is nothing but the e-cash concept or e-wallet. So I hope students have understand the concept, and whatever the doubts you may are having, please mention it in the comment box and give me your attendance in the comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.